Okay. I'm over at my friend's garage. This is his car project. I thought I would just show some of it. Greg, what kind of car is it?
It's a 78 MG Midget.
All right, British car. And obviously it's not, a lot of it's not Midget anymore. What motor, I guess say a little bit something about the project. What motor you're swapping in here and what type of boost application it's going to have. You give me a little background.
Well, we pulled out the 1500cc four-cylinder that was stock, and we shoehorned in a Ford 3-liter V6, basically the Taurus motor. There's a million of them out there. And then with the help of Nate here, the gentleman filming, we've done some modifications to the upper plenum for the maintain hood height. It's twin turboed.
So all this should fit under the fairly stock sheet metal hood.
It does.
Yes.
I've had it on there. It all fits underneath the stock hood.
Yeah.
Twin turbo, intercooled, Ford 3-liter V6 in a car that should weigh in at about 2,400 pounds complete, with the roll cages and additional bracing underneath, along with the IRS rear suspension and Mustang 2 based front suspension.
Greg's done all the work on this car. No outside fabrication has been done by any shop or anybody.
No.
Right? This has
all been done in this garage, and some of the work at our employers.
Yeah.
And Nate's done all my CAD work for me, drawing up stuff.
So
my sketches.
You've got, I know some of this stuff, but I'm saying it for the video. The rear end is out. What's the rear end design? I know we can go over here and show it. I know you're making some modifications to this now. This was a solid axle, MG axle. It's now going to be
IRS with a Ford 8.8 differential out of a Cobra with coilover shocks. I'm making some modifications. I wasn't completely happy with the geometry. That's just a shock simulator for height.
Right. This is a great side pipe exhaust design. Sorry, keep going about the back end too.
Wildwood brakes on the front. Right now we've got the stock. Actually, they're T-Bird brakes on the back that fit on the Ford hubs. But I think in time we'll be changing those out to Cobra and 6 caliper rotors on the front with a bigger rotor for stopping power. The body in itself is fairly original, other than we widened
this is going to be
wheelbase by about 8 inches.
Yeah, this is the original sheet metal. This is where he's going to have the new flares out too.
And then we also lengthened the wheelbase 2 inches in the front, which will be blended into the hood, where you won't ever really notice it unless you pull up next to another one.
Yeah. You push the front wheels forward. The back stays the same.
Back stays the same. Push the front forward.
It's a pretty clean car. Can I open the trunk?
Yeah. This is just temporary.
Okay. Wiring. Oh, I'll show the fuel tank underneath, because I know Greg made the fuel tank too for the injection system. Yeah, this is the aluminum tank he made.
Then this fuse block back here, fuse block and relay, that's all for engine management computer.
Okay.
Everything dealing with engine management systems.
What?
And the Mega Squirt.
That's what I was gonna say. What fuel injection system? It's Mega Squirt. It's Mega Squirt running. You're planning on doing true multi-port.
Yeah, multi-port sequential fire. on
So-
the injection.
Greg had the packaging problems of trying to keep everything under the hood. This intake design was made by him. We came up with, he was talking about clearance issues with using throttle bodies. So I helped him. We made these throttle bodies from aluminum.
They're made from scratch.
So this is a one-off or two-off system. There's a butterfly inside, and it was machined and made the butterflies and everything so that you get a small compact throttle body to fit there. 2 turbos. Why did you go with the 2 turbos versus 1 when you had such a space constraint? 1 turbo should have been easier to fit in a space, yes?
Yes, my thought process there was because of the hood height restrictions, my one major goal for the whole project up front here is I wanted to keep everything under the stock hood line.
Yeah,
I did not want to protrude up. So instead of having a single throttle body feeding the motor, which yes, parts-wise and fabrication-wise would have been simple, height becomes an issue. So I went with the split and 2 throttle bodies with the twin turbos to keep everything lower. That was the whole reasoning there.
Okay. Greg made all this piping, all this exhaust. His headers are wrapped, but I know he made all that. The valve covers were made by you completely,
Yes.
or still shaving the tops on the old ones?
I made those. They're taller to give clearance for
Bigger cam and rockers.
guide plates on roller rocker assembly.
Do you remember what size the turbos are? Millimeter?
Those are GT 2556s, I believe.
All right.
I'd have to look at my spec sheet.
Radiator, intercooler. I know you modified the ends on this stuff too.
Modified the ends on the intercooler. The radiator's a Griffin dual pass, 3-row. Made the pulleys and the mounts for the alternator, everything to keep it low. It's actually a Chrysler base alternator, and that was because of size.
Yeah.
And amperage output.
And rack and pinion steering now.
It always was. That's an original rack.
Oh, no
It's
shit.
an original MG rack for the steering.
I'm gonna lay down here and see if it shows some of the suspension. Yeah. Oil pan. What's the transmission?
I'm sorry?
What's the transmission?
Transmission, it's a Mazda HD. It's out of a Ford Ranger.
Ford, okay. This was like Mustang 2 spindles in the front, right?
Yes, Mustang 2 spindles. And then the all the control arms I fabricated. And the mounts.
Sway bar, cooling fan, shrouded radiator. Yeah. Some of this floor pans are new up front or no?
Yeah, the
Like
very
up here?
front footwells, the pans are new. Made those. Well, the original ones were pretty badly pitted up and had a lot of pinholes in them.
This is you with some outer bracing here too that you added, right?
Yeah, I added that just to stiffen up the whole package.
All right. Cool.
And
This is part of the carriage for his rear IRS system, but he's making some changes. Anything else you can think to say?
not right now, off the top of my head. Somebody wonders why I used a Ford 3-liter, a Taurus motor instead of a GM V6, which they make tons of parts for. 2 reasons. Number 1, there's a lot of them. If I blow it up, I blow it up. Number 2, I've always been kind of an underdog guy.
Yeah.
I like doing stuff with something that most people don't bother with. And number 3, it fit.
Yeah. Yeah? You could have gone rotary or something, or... This is his front hood.
This is my new gas tank filler.
Yeah.
I moved it from the back so I'm not spilling out the back on launches.
I got the wheel. I like this port you got here for the tire. It's pretty clean. Yeah, that's real clean looking for the arrow.
Still got a ways to go on the body work. First I want to wrap up the suspension.
This, you rolled all this, right?
Yeah, I rolled all that with the English wheel. That was
that looks good.
first or second attempt at ever using one.
That's good.
Started with the back ones. Up here is going to be a little more work. Pretty good learning curve that we're going to be dealing with, but that's okay.
Okay.
There we go. And there's a...
Yep. That's so he can get in and out of it.
Yeah. I wonder why we've gone with such a roll cage. Two reasons. It helps stiffen up the whole car.
Yeah, it's very stiff.
With the power we're looking at potentially producing.
What's the power goal
Power goal is about 425.
to the wheels?
A little lower to the wheels. Out of the motor, about 425.
You'll do it. All right. Cool.
That's the goal on E85. If you ever rolled a car,